and welcome. Let's take a look at the top story that we are tracking for you. Voting has concluded for Bangladesh's 12th parliamentary elections, which Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and her Awami League is expected to win. Counting of votes is expected to begin soon. A low voter turnout has been recorded, with the Election Commission recording just 27% votes until 3 p.m. local time. Now, the principal opposition party, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, boycotted the polls. Over 100 foreign observers were present at different polling booths across the country. This was to make sure that there are no cases of vote rigging, ballot stuffing, and other electoral malpractices. A 3-member delegation from the Election Commission of India was also among the foreign observers in Dhaka. The United Nations had been monitoring the elections closely. Now, Sheikh Hasina voted shortly after the ballots opened at Dhaka City College polling centre. Her daughter, Saima Wazed, was accompanying her. Well-known Bangladeshi actor Firdaus Ahmed is contesting the polls on the Awami League ticket from the seat. In the run-up to the polls, the Sheikh Hasina government has come under criticism for not stepping down to let a neutral caretaker government oversee the polls. Hasina and her Awami League party maintains that free and fair polls can be conducted in the country under the existing government and that there is no need for a caretaker government. The Bangladesh Nationalist Party has given a call for non-cooperation, urging people to boycott the elections.
I just want to ask you, credibility, I have to prove credibility, right? To whom? To whom? A terrorist party? A terrorist organization? No. I have my accountability to people, to the people. Whether people accepted it or not, whether they have accepted this election or not, that is important. That is important to me. So, I don't care.
Bangladeshi cricketer and candidate for the ruling Awami League party, Shakib Al-Hassan, is also in the race. He earlier cast his vote at a polling booth in Magura, from where he is contesting. 33 BNP leaders defied the party's boycott stance by contesting the polls as independents. 17 sitting Awami League lawmakers also contested the polls as independents. The independents are also challenging 15 cabinet ministers on their respective seats. More than 400 independents are in the race this time.
I'm confident because we did many things. The peoples of entire Bangladesh loves Sheikh Hasina. That is the thing.
Several incidents of violence were reported in different parts of the country. BNP supported clash with the police in Chattogram region, where the security forces resorted to firing shotguns. The police say the situation has now been brought under control. A crude bomb was thrown inside a polling station in Jessore, in which 3 people were injured. Now, a local Awami League leader in Munshiganj was found dead with stab wounds near a polling centre in Munshiganj, and voting was cancelled at a polling centre in Narsingdi over allegations of ballot stuffing. An anti-vote rally was also carried out by the opposition supporters in Dhaka. A passenger train set on fire, killing at least 4 people over the weekend. At least 14 polling centres and 2 schools in 10 districts were set on fire between Friday evening and early Saturday. Troops have fanned out across Bangladesh to maintain peace, while nearly 800,000 police, paramilitary and police auxiliaries remained on guard across polling booths. Around 25,000 opposition cadres, including the BNP's entire local leadership, were arrested in the ensuing crackdown. The government puts the figure at 11,000. About 120 million voters are choosing from nearly 2,000 candidates for the 300 directly elected parliamentary seats. Now, for more on this, we have with us Mohibul Hassan Chaudhry from Chattogram, Bangladesh. He is the current Deputy Minister of Education in the country. Thank you for being with us. Now, the polls have closed. Elections in Bangladesh are generally marred with violence. How have you seen the polls pan out, given the scale of arson and violence in Bangladesh?
Thank you. First of all, let me be very clear on the turnout percentage. I think the Election Commission needs to wait until the polling ends and the counting ends, because we have a manual ballot system. So you cannot really decide what the percentage is at 3 p.m. when the voting is still on. And for that time, someone had to give them the data, which was from the morning time. So as you know, it's winter time in Bangladesh. So as expected, turnout was little low in some places due to the winter season. But given the threat that was given by BNP and Jamaat-e-Islami, which is a fundamentalist Islamist party, we have received quite a big turnout, to be honest, at least visually, from the constituency that I am from, Chittagong 9, and the adjacent ones where I have seen the situation, how the voting is going on. So we expect a good turnout. The point is, despite having threat to their person and their life, people have turned up. People have given their mandate. If the BNP boycotted the election, the Jamaat-e-Islami boycotted the election peacefully, we would have had more than 60% turnout. But the point is, they tried to kill people in 2014. They killed more than 3,500 people. They basically burned them alive. And with that history in mind, people would be scared anywhere in the world, right? So given the scale that has turned up, at least in my constituency, I am quite happy with the mandate that people will give to this government.
Now, Mohibul, with the experts predicting a relatively low voter turnout, do you think that the contrasting calls from the ruling party and opposition parties has had any effect on voter turnout?
No, as I said, some of the opposition parties, not all, have called for boycott. But it wasn't just a call. It was an active engagement in arson attacks, in destroying public properties and also private properties, and targeted killing of political activists. So just for your audience, I'd like to mention here that one of the parties, Jamaat-e-Islami, was actually classified as a terrorist party in Canada, in the United States. So given that they have actively tried to stop the election participation, I am expecting a quite reasonable turnout. And all of us, in fact, what we wanted to tell everyone here is that the country is united under our leader, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Recently, in an IRI poll, which was conducted by an agency in the United States, an organization in the United States, 70% of the people gave her their support, as in she had approval rating in the 70% of the people across the country. So given this scenario, we were quite confident that our party will win. Now, BNP had boycotted it knowing that they are going to lose. And they've done that in 2014 as well. But some would say that they came to election in 2018. It was because the electoral laws mandate that if a party boycotts an election twice, they get their registration cancelled, which is why they boycotted in 2014 and they rejoined in 2018. They're boycotting in 2024, and they might just come in the next election, which is after 5 years.
Right. Minister, thank you very much for being with us on this broadcast and for your valued insights.
Thank you very much. Thank you.